المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربنا زدنا علما أجمعين وعلمنا الكتاب آمين. Okay, so we're just gonna do this for 15-20 minutes, and then I'm gonna have you practice, and then we'll inshallah go downstairs. So it'll be a short class. So basically, we're gonna review the past tense and then go over the present tense. Before next week, we'll jump in back into the book in lesson 5, inshallah. All right. So past tense, we've learned basically what? That every verb is made up of what? How many roots? 3 roots. For the most part, it's 3 roots. Sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 5. But most of the verbs, like 99% of them, have 3-letter roots. Okay, so you have the first letter, which is called what? The fa kalima. And then the second letter is called the ayn kalima, the second root. And then the last is called the lam kalima. Okay, so this is the model that you use for 3-letter roots. Okay, the verbs that we're doing right now for past tense. What have we said about the first fa kalima and the lam kalima?
They're gonna stay the same.
They're gonna stay mostly the same. So you're gonna have a fatha on the first root and then a fatha on the last root. Okay. For the second root, you can either have a dhamma or a fatha or a kasra. Right. What's an example of a verb with a kasra in the second root? You can look in your chart.
It's hamila.
Huh?
Hamila.
Hamila.
No, hamila.
Amila, sorry, yeah. Amila means he worked. Okay, so the meme is the second root and it's kasra. What's an example where the second root is a dhamma?
Karuma.
Karuma. Karuma means he
became noble.
He became noble, or he was noble, or he something noble. Okay, so those are all examples. So the second root can change. Okay, the one where we're gonna go over the examples now for is talaba. What does talaba mean? He seeked. It can also mean he asked, or he beseeched, or he sought, or he sought knowledge. Okay, this is where we get the word talibun comes from, right? Student, someone who seeks knowledge. Okay, so also the thing is that these when you're saying a verb, you're not just saying the verb by itself. Most of the time you have the subject included with the verb. Okay, and there's 2 exceptions. One is huwa, and the other is hiya. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so for huwa is he sought is what? Talaba, right? So you have talaba,
Right.
but the subject is hidden inside of the verb itself. Okay, so talaba, the subject is hidden. Okay.
Right.
For hiya is, how do you say she sought? Talabat. Right? Talabat. So you have a ta with a sukoon, but this ta is not your subject. Okay, your subject is hidden inside talabat. This is ta ta'nisi. This is to denote that it's a feminine subject, feminine conjugation. Okay. But okay, let's go back to. So we have huwa. Okay. What's for two men? Huma, right? Okay, so how is this going to conjugate? Talaba with an alif. Okay, so the reason I'm writing this in green is because the alif is the fa'il, it's the subject. Okay, so it's talaba. What's for hum? Talabu, right? So I have to put a waw, and then I have to put an alif to close that off. Okay, so where is the subject? Is it the waw or the alif or the both or the neither?
Wow.
Just the waw, right? So talabu, the waw is my subject. Okay, all right. Here we said is talabat, and the subject is hidden. Okay, so just for huwa and hiya, the subject is hidden. Everything else will have a green marker. Okay, for 2 females it's huma, and how did you say it? Talabata. Talabata. So I have talaba, I put my ta ta'nith, and then I have to put my alif for subject. Talabata. Okay. What's a group of females? the pronoun is hunna. Okay, how do you conjugate hunna into talaba? Talabna. Okay, so now you see that all of this time before you had either a fatha or a dhamma, right? Talaba, talabu, talabat, talabata. Now what happens to the third root? It gets a sukoon. Okay, and this is going to follow all the way to the next column. Okay, and then the fa'il is a noon, talabna. Okay, so this is two things happen here. When you get to hunna, the third root becomes a sukoon, and then yeah, that's the thing. So and then that rule follows for the rest of it. Okay, all right. So what's after hunna? Anta. Anta is for
Talabata.
is for one person, male, second addressing them. Okay, so I have to put talab, and what do I put for my subject? Talabta. Talabta. Okay. For two of you,
Talabtuma.
antuma, and it's talab tuma. Talab tuma. So all of these ta tuma for antum is talabtum. Right? Talab for antum is talabtum. Okay. So if you say talabta, talabtuma, talabtum, all of these at the end are subjects. Okay. What's you female singular?
Talabti.
Talabti, right? And it's anti. Anti, talabti. Okay. And two of you females?
Talabtuma.
Antuma, talabtuma. And then all of you females, antunna is?
Talabtunna.
Talabtunna. Excellent. Tunna. Okay. And for I, ana,
Talabtu.
talabtu. So now you go back to ta with a dhamma. Okay. And for nahnu,
Talabtu.
talabna.
Talabna.
So this is a noon alif. Okay. Notice that this noon alif is not the same as this noon. This is talabna. This would be a group of females. You're talking about them. Noon alif is we. Talabna. Okay. We should all know this, right? All right. So go ahead and conjugate for. I'll give you another verb. For qara'a, Sister Tahira. For all 14. Qara'a means what? He recited. Mhm.
Qara'a,
Mhm.
qara'a,
Mhm.
qara'u,
Mhm.
qara'a,
Mhm.
qara'ata,
Mhm.
qara'na,
Qara'na, right? So the alif will have a sukoon, so you say qara'na.
qara'ta,
Mhm.
qara'tuma,
Mhm.
qara'tum,
Mhm.
qara'ti,
Mhm.
qara'tuma, qara'tunna, qara'tu,
Mhm.
qara'na.
Qara'na, we read. Okay. Brother Afnan, how about shakara? He thanked.
Shakara,
Mhm.
shakara, shakara, shakaru, shakarat, shakarata, shakar, shakarna, shakarta, shakartuma, shakartum, shakarti, shakartuma, shakartunna, shakartu, shakarna.
Excellent. They all thanked a group of men.
Shakaru,
Shakaru. You all thanked a group of men talking to you.
shakartum,
Shakartum. Okay. And we thanked.
shakarna.
Shakarna. Okay. Brother Anwar, sa'ala. He asked.
Okay. Sa'ala.
Mhm.
Sa'ala. Sa'alu. Sa'alat. Sa'alata. Sa'alana.
Sa'alna.
Sa'alna.
Mhm.
Sa'alta. Sa'altuma.
Mhm.
Sa'altum.
Mhm.
Sa'alti.
Mhm.
Sa'altuma.
Mhm.
Sa'altunna. Sa'altu. Sa'alna.
Sa'alna. Sa'alna. What's I asked?
I Sa'altu.
Sa'altu. And how about she asked?
She asked Sa'alti. Sa'alta.
Hiya is
Here is Sa'al.
sa'alat.
Sa'ala.
So you say sa'ala and then you put a ta with a sukun. Sa'ala. Okay. Sister Shireen, how about Jalasa, he sat.
Jalasa, jalasa, jalasu, jalasat, jalasata, jalasna, jalasda,
Jalastuma. Oh, sorry.
jalasta,
Jalasta.
jalastuma, jalastum, jalasti, jalastuma, jalastuna, jalastu, jalasna.
Excellent. And what's he thanked?
Jalasa,
Oh, sorry, not thanked. He sat. He sat is jalasa.
jalasa,
You sat, female.
jalasat, no, jalasti,
Jalasti. And we sat.
jalasna.
Jalasna. Alright, so that was past tense, we've already done that. Last time before we left, we talked about present tense, right? Present tense. And this is the one where if you,
Brother Hassan,
Yeah.
the one we did, Tolaba, right?
Mhm.
Tolaba means he seeked or he asked.
talaba, he sought or he asked. What? Yeah, why?
He sought or he asked. Or Sa'ala,
Mhm.
that he asked as well, right?
Sa'ala, yeah, he asked. But talaba is more abstract. Like you can seek, like if you say talaba, help, right? Sa'ala is specific, like he asked a question,
Question.
right? He
So-
asked about something.
And seeking knowledge.
Talaba is more like he sought,
Okay.
right? Yeah. Can we?
What
I
is-
think in some cases both can be used.
I'm sorry. What is in like 1, 2, 3 on the third row from number third on the picture?
What?
Third
Oh, these
column,
are
third
animals
row.
in Arabic.
Third column, third row.
Third column, third row.
From your like other side.
Oh,
Yeah.
this one.
This one.
Zarafa,
No, the one underneath that.
ghazal,
It's English. They say gazelle too.
gazelle. Yeah. So the word for deer in Arabic is ghazal.
Subhanallah.
Ghazal, yeah. Gazelle deer. Okay. Yeah. Shima, Ina, Ta, Tuma, Tum. Let's do this and then we'll inshallah be done. Ti, Tuma.
If you guys are sitting down,
Is the thing going on downstairs?
We're planning to go as well.
Ala is there and another one,
Brother Najwa.
Najwa, another 2, 3 letters, everyone listening to that. Yeah, he's very interested.
All right. So you might not remember this from last time because it was obviously we only did it once. But we said that when you go into present tense, now we're going into present tense, you're gonna have your 3 roots, okay? So you have your fa kalima, your ain kalima, and your lam kalima, okay? But the things that are gonna be on it, the harakas are gonna be changed, okay? And there's gonna be an additional letter. At the very least, there's gonna be one additional letter in the beginning of
Okay.
in the beginning of the verb, there's going to be either a ya or a ta or a noon or an alif. Okay? Let's talk about that in a second, okay? But there's something that happens to the first root. What happens? What does it get on it? It gets a sukoon.
Shukr.
So the first root now will have a sukoon.
Okay.
Okay? And the last root will have a dhamma. Yeah. Okay? And the second root is the one that's going to be dependent on which column it's in the sheet that I gave you. In all of those sheets, how many columns are there? 7 or 8? 6 or 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 columns, right? So depending on where that verb is in that column, that's going to tell you what's on the second root. Okay? All right. So the first, now before this, you can either, let's put a ya here. Ya with a fatha. Okay? So one of the first letter is
Yeah.
ya. Okay? Another letter that can be on it is ta. Another letter that can be on it is na. Another letter that can be on it is a.
Right.
These are called the signs of present tense.
Present.
So these four are the signs that the verb is present. Signs of present tense. Okay? When these four are on there, this is a sign. It's not the sign. It's not 100%. But this is a sign that this verb is present tense. Okay? Is talaba in the first column? Talaba is in the first column, right? Alright. Talaba is in the first column, means everything in the first column, the second root will have a dhamma. Okay? The second root will have a dhamma.
How do you like? What's the connection between talaba and dhamma and the second root?
I'll tell you that later. But for now, just know that in present tense,
Right.
everything in the first column has a dhamma for the second root. Okay? So, when we say huwa and he, and now we want to say he is seeking, or he is asking, or he is, trying to do something, he is trying to seek, we're going to say yaf'alu. Yaf'alu.
Which word we are doing?
Oh, sorry, what did I say? Yaf'alu. Yatlubu. My bad. Alright, so you have ta,
Oh, okay.
lubu.
Okay.
Alright, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yatlubu. Okay, what's the first root?
The
Ta,
Ta.
right? What does it have on it?
sukun.
Sukun. What's the second root?
Lam.
Lam. What does it have on it?
Dhamma.
Dhamma. And what's the third root?
Ba.
Ba. And what does it have on it?
Dhamma.
Dhamma. Okay, yatlubu. Alright? Yatlubu. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So regardless, third column will have dhamma. First, first kalima will have sukun.
Yeah, so the first root will have dhamma, the last root will have, the first root will have sukun, last root will have dhamma, and then everything in the first column, the second root will have dhamma.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, we're going to do only 5 conjugations inshallah today, and then the rest of them we'll do tomorrow. We're only doing the first column. This column is called 5 in your pocket. 5 in your pocket. Okay? And that's because they're all easy. Okay? We're going to do huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu. Okay? When you get to hiya, it's the exact same thing except that now instead of a ya, it's a ta. So now we're going to say tatlubu. Tatlubu. Instead of yatlubu is he is seeking. Tatlubu is she is seeking, or she will seek. Right? This is present and future.
Oh, there's an easy way to remember the first 5 in the column, because like if you put like male, female, so
Think
first,
of the ya as for yatlubu, he is seeking. Tatlubu, she is seeking.
Right.
But now the head spin is that when you get to anta, is also tatlubu. Okay? They're the exact same conjugations. So how are you going to know, are you talking about to you or talking about her? Context, right? If you're talking about a female, it's going to be tatlubu, she is going to seek. If you're talking to someone, it's tatlubu, he is seeking. Okay? And then the last 2 are easy. Ana is atlubu, nahnu is natlubu.
We all are seeing.
Natlubu.
So what's the English for natlubu?
We are seeking.
So it's present continuous.
Present continuous.
Okay.
Or we are future. We will seek.
Isn't it seen like sa will add if
So if you add so for the future you can add a sa. You can say sa'atlubu or sanatlubu to make it definitely for the future. But in the Quran you sometimes use it. You see the sa, sometimes you don't.
Okay.
But for us, we'll mostly use it for the present tense. Okay, everyone say yatlubu,
يطلب
tatlubu,
تطلب
tatlubu,
تطلب
atlubu,
أطلب
natlubu. He thanked. Okay? Now you're making it he thanks or he is thanking. Okay? So how are you going to say for huwa?
Yashkuru.
Yashkuru, right?
Yashkuru.
You put on the kaf, you're going to put a dhamma because everything in the first column is dhamma on the second. So everyone say yashkuru.
يشكر
What are you going to say for she thanks?
تشكر
Tashkuru. You thank.
تشكر
Tashkuru. I thank.
Ashkuru.
Ashkuru. And we thank.
تشكر
Okay. Is darasa in the first column? How about darasa? So he, now we want to say he is studying. How do you say he is studying?
Darasa, right?
He is studying. It's in the first column.
Yadrusu.
Yadrusu. Everyone say it. Yadrusu.
يدرس
Okay.
Tadrusu.
She is studying.
تدرس
Tadrusu. You are studying.
تدرس
Tadrusu. I am studying.
Adrusu.
Adrusu. We are studying.
Nadrusu.
Nadrusu. Okay. Hadara. He is attending. Okay.
Yeah.
He is attending.
يحضر
Yahduru. She
يحضر
is attending.
تحضر
Tahduru. You are attending.
تحضر
Tahduru. I am attending.
أحضر
Tahduru. We are attending.
نحضر
Okay. So you can practice all 5 of these conjugations with everything in the first column. Okay. Because everything it will have a dhamma on the second one. Inshallah, we'll meet on Monday, and then we will continue with the rest of it. Jazakallah khair. Wassalamu alaikum.
Yeah is only used for 5.
After.